Hey everyone, Crystal here, and we are doing a soap. This is my first soap in probably a week, I don't know, several days anyway. And I thought I would do one. I got my oils, I master batch my oils now, but I got it ready last night, got my lye ready last night, so we are ready to go. My new stick blender, well, my replacement stick blender is not here yet, unfortunately. But I tracked it this morning and it'll be here tomorrow. So in with our little bit of buttermilk. Yeah. And since we only got a little bit of the buttermilk, I'm going to go ahead and put my lye in. My lye has got sodium lactate and silk in it. No salt. I've found that using salt inhabits, well, how do you say that? It does something to my lather. So I've stopped putting soap in it, or salt in it. Guys, I have been researching and researching and researching how to make liquid soap. And I found hold on. Let me get this mixed up first. I found a book online, and it was from the notorious Kathleen Fuller. I think that's how you say her name. I think that's her name anyway. But it was one of her older books. The newer book that she has, it's got the exact same information in it. It's just older. But I got it for 56 cents off Amazon. I'm like, heck yeah, man. So, I'm going to learn all there is to learn about liquid soap making. And then, of course, I'll record it. I'll record my journey. But I want to make shower gel and dish liquid and hand soap. And I've really been into the liquid soap making here lately. I've not done it yet, but I've been researching and watching a lot of videos and researching it online. But hopefully I'll get this book and then I'll be able to do it. I'm hoping anyway. That looks good and emulsified. And the soap we're doing today is called Chicks Dig It, and I'm hoping it doesn't accelerate my trace because I want to do a tiger stripe. And I am trying out my new red that I got. Where'd it go? I'll show it to you. I got it off of eBay, but it's from Virginia Candle Supply, and I got this for $5.99 with free shipping. So that was really good, and I got 2 of them, so 2 ounces for 10 bucks, which is kind of expensive, but this is an FD&C number 40, and I have been on my quest for a true red, and several people has told me the one from Nurture Soap, the really red mica from Nurture Soap, is a true red, but every time I get a little bit of extra cash to get it, it's always sold out. So I've came across that listing right there on eBay, and it was pretty cheap because it didn't have any shipping charges with it, so I tried it out. It's separated out here, and I went ahead and got it from eBay because I knew if I went straight to the Virginia Candle Supply website, don't mind me, I'm just shaking up my titanium dioxide. If I got it straight from the website, then it would cost me shipping charges. So I went ahead and just got it from eBay. So I'm going to do that last. I'll do the red last because I don't know about how much to use. So the colors, I forgot to tell you, we're doing white, black, and red. What?
I was looking on that website thing for you for furniture and stuff, and guess what?
What?
I found this dress. Okay, later.
Alright, so we're going to do our white first, and this is my fragrance. It's got tapioca starch, like always. And that is a nice white, and it's good and fluid, a little bit too fluid. but that's okay. We're going to go to the red next. Alright, now I don't know how much this is really going to need, so I'm just going to add just a little bit and then we'll see. Okay, that's more of an orange. Man, yeah, that's orange. It's definitely not red. Alright, I'm going to have to do something else. So these two colors together make a red, but not like a bright red, but I want it to be more red than this orange, burnt orange color. So hopefully we can save this color. If not, then it's just going to have to be that. And I done put this in something else, but I can't find it right now. We're just going to have to deal with this color, I guess. Unfortunately, no, it's not the color I wanted, but that FD&C dye is pretty strong and it's not turning the way I want it to. So I guess we're just going to have a burnt orange instead of a red. But that's okay. Maybe it'll turn out to be a pretty color in the end. You never know. Let me scrape my fragrance here. You never know. It might be a pretty color. And that's more of a gray. I need that a little bit darker. So one more scoop. I love using that little thing from Nurture Soap.
What?
My little scoop thing.
Oh, that's a pretty red.
That's like a burnt orange,
It looks like
actually.
a red. Mom, it looks red.
Does it look red?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is that a red or like a burnt orange?
They can't really see.
Maybe I can get my true orange this way, though.
What'd you use?
The FD&C and then the
Yes.
other two colors that make red. Yeah. But when I poured it in, it was like a dirty orange color.
That weighs 8 ounces. Or, I mean, 0.8 ounces.
Then I used 0.2 ounces on this. So it's thickened up a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to get our bubbles out here. Kind of made a lot of bubbles. My white is getting loose, like always. It's always loose. I'm telling you, I tell you guys this all the time, that you want a titanium dioxide. Look, I got pink all over my work area. If you want a titanium dioxide that stays loose for you, get it from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And if you ever get mica, like I just did, I don't know if you guys know this, you do if you're a soaper. But if you get mica on your worktop and you don't, you know, a lot of people cover their worktop. I don't, because I really don't need it. But if you ever get mica on it, throw some rubbing alcohol on there and it'll come right off. And I've got it on my hand. That's why it keeps doing it. Alright. So, it definitely smells good. This reminds me of Bite Me. It's got that sweet tart smell to it like Bite Me does. Alright, so there's our colors. My burnt orange, my black, and my white. And I'm going to try to do a tiger stripe. I want to do one of those. I've not done one in a while. And I want you guys to be able to see, so I'm going to try to pour with my left hand. If I can do it. No, I don't have much control. Maybe you guys can see. Maybe this will still be a pretty color. Ooh, it is pretty up against the white and the black. So maybe I didn't get my true red, but I might have got my good orange. So I don't mind this being orange one bit. So, yeah, we might have got our orange, guys. I'm happy with that. If it turns into like a bright orange, because I've been looking for an orange. So if we get an orange out of this FD&C dye, which is soap safe, then yeah, I'll be happy with that. And hopefully we get a nice tiger stripe out of this pour. It's pouring a little bit better now. Tap. Take our clips out now. Almost done. Couple more pours. Now the very first of it kind of went down in it, so I might not get a pretty tiger stripe on the very first couple pours. But these last little bit of pours, I'm getting a really nice tiger stripe. So let's hope we get it. I don't know, the more I look at this color, the more I kind of like it. It's actually not that bad. And it stayed nice and fluid for me. I'll leave the rest on top for that. Oops, just grab it from my work area. Save the rest on top for that. This is a different color, definitely, but it's pretty. I don't know, I kind of like it. And we'll save the rest on top for that. Alright, let me get a paper towel, guys. Mess. Okay. So we're going to leave the swirl on the inside alone. So let's do this red first. And we're just going to swirl it all over. this burnt orange, red, whatever you want to call it. And if you guys remember, I like to layer my topping. I don't like to do it all at once. I like to layer it a little bit because it gives it more of a color. It don't hide the colors. My white is definitely fluid. Trying to get all of it. It's not all wanting to come. And the rest of the white. Good Lord, I've made a complete mess. Alright, stand up there. So, lesson today is that the FD&C dye number 40 turns orange in soap. And if I get my true orange from it, like I said, I'll be happy. If I get a true orange, at least I got one of them. I'm always looking for a true orange and a true red. I thought I had my true red with my apple cinnamon soap, but in the cured soap it turned pink. And the more I look at this, the more I like it, I guess. I done said that, I know. So we're just swirling the top. That looks good. Let's throw some glitter on there. I like glitter. I like this white glitter. It's a girly scent, so we'll make it girly. Alright guys, so here it is. This is my Chicks Dig It. It's very pretty, I think. So, we're going to put her to bed, and then we'll give her a cut tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned for the cut. Guys, Crystal here, and we're back, and I'm so excited. Look at my beautiful red. Look how pretty that is. That is red, you guys. That is definitely red. Can you see it? Can you see it? Maybe. That's red. So, the FD&C dye worked. I mixed the FD&C dye with the, I got 2 shades from, I got some micas from Steph's Micas and More. They do a collaboration, anyway, they do it, and they, do group buys, and it's dirt cheap if you do it that way, and the store's only open for like a week during the first of the month. And I just got a couple micas to start out with. I didn't have any extra money. I just so happened to get a pretty big order. That's usually how I get my soap and stuff, is people that order, and then I use that money to put back in my business. I don't take from our our bill money or anything. But I had a couple people order, so I was able to order some more micas. And 2 of the micas, it's on her website, which is a neon red and a rose red mica, and I'll show you what they look like. Hold on. I've got them in little containers. So with these two colors together, they make a red mica. They make a red shade. So with this color, it looks like a hot pink, but really this is a neon red. So with that, and with that, this is the rose red. When you mix them together, it makes a bright red color in your soap. But with just these two in your wet soap, you will come up with, yeah.
What would be a good time for Esla to come over here and buy some soaps?
Friday.
Friday. Okay, bye.
Alright, sorry guys, that was my aunt with a question about soaps. So with these two colors together in the wet soap, it makes a really pretty red color. But unfortunately, after the soap sets and saponifies, and after 24 hours, you go back and it's turned to like a dark pink. So the wet soap is red at first, and then it turns into a pink after it sets. And you know, the same with orange. When you try to get an orange soap and then you let it set, it turns peachy. So I was researching to try to find a true red, and I came across this place is a Virginia Candle Supply, and this is FD&C dye number 40. And I used this, with you guys just seen, with this soap, and I added the neon red and the rose red with the FD&C dye number 40, and it turned into like a burnt orange. And I was kind of disappointed in it at first, but you never count your chickens before they hatch, let me tell you. So I'm so excited to announce I finally got a really nice true red, and it was with mixing these two micas with the FD&C dye number 40. So I finally got it, finally got what I wanted. I hate that I had to mix a dye with two micas, but it gave me the result that I wanted, so I'm excited about that. I also used, I'm just tightening my wire here, I also used the FD&C dye number 40 for my orange that I made yesterday, and I'm looking at it now, and it stayed orange. So, my guess, it's the FD&C dye number 40 that's making it stay. But see that? I don't know if you can see the colors, but it is red, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that it's red. So, let's go ahead and see what's inside this. This was our tiger stripe. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I like that. Isn't that pretty? And there's the top. Oh, and this was the Chick Stick. It smells so good. I love this scent. It really does truly smell awesome. So, I'm happy with the scent. I'm happy with the color. It was the first time I've done a tiger stripe in a while. I'm glad my batter stayed nice and fluid for me, so I could do the tiger stripe. It was a little bit too fluid at first, and then it thickened up a little bit as we went on. But as I'm looking at it right now, it's actually, I'm cutting these a little bit too big. I just cleaned off my cutter. So as I'm looking at it, it is kind of thin down here. But look how pretty those stripes are as it's going up. And that's because the soap got thicker as it goes up. So I need to pull that in just a little bit. Let's see how that does. How big that makes it. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit thinner. Maybe a little bit thicker than that. So, and I need to mark this. I truly do, because I can never get it right after I clean it. It's always a guessing game. So I need to mark it somehow. Okay, that's a good thickness. I like that. And if you guys could smell this, oh my gosh, it smells so good. It reminds me of Sweethearts. And it also reminds me of the Bite Me scent. But it's not the Bite Me scent. It's in scent, but I mean, it just reminds me of Bite Me. But that's because Bite Me also reminds me of Sweet Tarts. So isn't that red pretty? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe you can. Let me look in here. Look at it right there. Oh, my battery's going dead. I better hurry. So let's hope it don't go dead. I'm talking too much here. If it goes dead on me, guys, sorry. I'm going to try to get this cut before it goes dead. Maybe I can get it cut. My wire is cutting weird. It's making a drag mark. I don't know why. So I'm going to try to hurry here. See it? Look, it's making a drag mark right there. Only on one side, though. Don't drag. Yeah. I wonder why it's doing that. Huh. Ooh, that one's pretty. So as we go down the mold, it's more defined. I like that. That is very pretty. Why are you dragging? Are you too tight? Huh. It's dragging on one side. I don't like that. We're going to have to fix that somehow. As it turned off on me, but I wanted to come back and go ahead and cut the rest of this. I felt like it was unfinished. But okay, it's cutting a little bit better. Maybe it was too loose. Maybe that was what's wrong with it. But as we go down the mold, as you can see, the tiger stripes are a little bit more defined. So they are more defined on one end of the mold than the other. But it's still, I think it looks absolutely awesome. And it smells great. And I'm getting glitter all over my hands here. Alright, so it's still leaving a little bit of a drag mark, but not nearly as bad as it was. I'm just happy to have red, y'all. Like, I'm ecstatic to have this red. Like, yesterday when I was making this soap, I thought for sure, like, nope, it's going to be a burnt orange. It's going to turn peach on me. It's not even going to be a red. And I'm so excited to actually have a red. And it was because, now I wonder if I use the FD&C dye alone, if it'll turn red after the initial set for 24 hours. I wonder if it'll turn red on its own without using the neon red mica and the rose red mica from Steph's Micas and More. I wonder. We'll have to try that theory out. So last piece is the end piece. And I'm very happy with this soap. I love it. It did awesome. Now it's got my cutter all dirty again. And I just cleaned it. Tried to clean it. But you guys, I have been researching and researching and researching my little hunting off about liquid soap. And I'm excited because my liquid soap, my KOH is coming in the mail today. I went ahead and ordered it, and Essential Depot had it for $5 for a 2-pound bottle. So that was super cheap, and I looked for it, other places, but I just get my life from Essential Depot, guys. I mean, they have the best deals when it comes to the lye. I don't get anything else from Essential Depot but my lye, but they do have the best deals when it comes to lye. A lot of people like the lye guy, but I found that Essential Depot is cheaper. So I will be making some liquid dish soap. I'm going to start out with liquid dish soap. And I'm going to have a few batches underneath my belt before I make a video or anything about it. I'm pretty confident in the way I want to approach it and the way I want to do it. I've done a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, and read a lot of stuff. And even bought a book on it for 56 cents off Amazon. It was Kathleen Fuller, I think her name. It was her original book. She has a newer version out, but it's the same information. It's just a newer publication. And why pay $14 for information you can get in an older book for 56 cents? So I got that book, and I'm very confident in approaching the liquid soap. It's a lot like hot process soap. Actually, it's a lot like hot process. If you've never done hot process soap, I do not recommend trying to tackle liquid soap. It's just, in my opinion, if you don't know much about hot process, then it's going to be harder for you to make the liquid soap. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. And in my research, that's what I found. So I'm just excited to be able to do it. And I want to get my recipe down pat, because I want to do shampoos and shower gels and dish soap and maybe some laundry detergent. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll get me a couple batches underneath my belt, and I'll make a video. I promise, make a video for you guys. But I want to be able to be confident in my recipe and confident in my method before I video it. That's what I did when I started this YouTube channel. I've been doing some cold process and soaps before I started the YouTube channel, and I just wanted to really document my journey. And I've come so far from where I first started, let me tell you. And I appreciate each and every one of you that's been there for me since the beginning and that is there for me now. I mean, you come to my channel and you tell me how much you love watching my videos, and it just makes my day to hear that. Alright guys, so we've got one more soap to cut. I went out of my way and done 2 soaps yesterday because I had to get my sangria punch done. That's one of my top sellers, and I just had to get it done. So I did 2 soaps yesterday. So let me get this one put up, and then I'll come back and we'll cut the other one, guys. So, alright, till my next video. Bye-bye.